Good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. From the kitchen. I'm gonna wait for a few people to come on board. Get my dirty apron ready. Get everything ready, okay? I'm gonna wait for a few people. I got a couple people coming on board. I'm gonna let somebody give me a comment, make sure my comments are working this morning. That would be fabulous. All right, we're going to see if anybody's going to say hey to me this morning. Woo! Somebody. Give it to me. There. I see somebody coming on there. Let's see what we got. Dropping a few things. Y'all, we already got 22 people on here. I don't see any There's my comment. Thank you, Miss Liz, Miss Lisa. That's all I needed to know. I need to know if the comments were going to work today. Hey, Alexis. Sometimes these comments don't work. I hate doing a tutorial where I cannot talk to y'all. It drives me absolutely crazy. So I'm glad they're working. We're going to try and keep up with everybody this morning the best we can, okay? I'm glad everybody's joining me. We got about 58 and we're growing. So we'll jump right in today, okay? So listen, Audra, welcome. Anna, Shanna, Cheryl, y'all all good morning. It is a wonderful, what day of the week is it? It is Tuesday. It's not quite hump day, but it's all right. We're going to get going in here from the kitchen, okay? Margie, Deneen, I think, Kay, y'all welcome. All right, so I took the weekend off. I didn't do any tutorials. We had a big wedding for my niece, so we took some time to celebrate with her, okay? But we are going to be doing a fabulous tutorial. I'm kind of waiting to see if they come on board or not, so we're going to hope that they come on with us, okay? But we're going to be using some Childs & Childs glitter. Y'all, they have some amazing products, okay? I've got many packs here. I'm going to show you what I've got. We'll talk about the colors, what we're going to use. I will list at the top when I'm done with the tutorial. It says, good morning, I love your tutorials. You actually inspired me to do a temporary tattoo tumbler. Woo woo, go Martha. They're really fun once you start doing it. So I'm glad that did that. And I'm glad I can inspire you. I want y'all to inspire yourself. Get excited about this and use your creative, just all your creativity that you have, okay? Hey, good morning, Laura. Good morning, Brenda. I'm glad y'all are all here. Emily, Daphne, y'all welcome. So listen, this is just some of the glitter I got from Childs & Childs. Let me get all these back. Y'all bear with me. So we've got a ton of packs, okay? I'm going to be using about 4 of their glitters today. These are not true neons, but I'm using the bright colors. If you kind of watch me and y'all watch these tutorials with me, good morning, Carolyn. I tried a neon tumbler with some, not marabous, but some different paints that I had been wanting to try. And y'all, when I put it on there, I had an issue where it stayed sticky, so I still don't have my neon tumbler. So we're going to do that today. I'm so excited about using these products, okay? Yes, ma'am. These are beautiful, okay? So these are just some of the packs, and we'll talk about the colors, but we're not using these particular colors. I just want y'all to see how nice. We are going to use this. This is Anthem. It's kind of a mix. It's beautiful. This is made by Childs & Childs, okay? We're going to use this color. It's Wonder. Now, this isn't their true neons. They have some brighter colors than this, okay? Hey, Miss Janessa, welcome. All right, we're going to use that. This is their Evanescence. It's kind of an orange. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And I am bound and determined to get me a neon cup before the summer's over. So today is the day, y'all. This is their Spiros. Pretty lime green, okay? Hey, Miss Bonnie. These are some other colors that they had, and I wanted to buy them and give them a try later, okay? I'm just kind of showing you some of the packs that I got. Very nice packaged. Let me tell y'all something about Mr. Trevor and Mr. Freddie. When they send you your glitter, y'all, you get a personalized letter from them thanking you. They're just a fabulous group of guys. They also have a page that helps new tumblers. If you wanted to get on there and watch, they talk about their glitters, but they also do tutorials also, okay? So if you get a chance, y'all check them out, okay? Good morning, Susan. Where are they from? These are from Childs and Childs, and I'll be attaching a link at the top of the tutorial when we're done. Hopefully Freddie or Trevor will come on here in a minute because we got a big surprise for everybody watching today. Okay, there's somebody that makes a comment on here during this tutorial is going to get a $20 gift certificate to Childs and Childs. We'll announce that at the end, okay? Melissa just joined. Whoop, whoop. All right, Miss Amy, welcome. So just keep that in mind. At the end of this tutorial, somebody's getting a $20 gift card from them, okay? These are just some more of the glitters that they had. And these things are beautiful, y'all. This one's actually like a shard, but it's gorgeous, okay? And they have many, many more. They have bundles that you can buy from them. They have different chunky mixes. So I'm really, really excited about doing this, okay? So here's what we're going to do. I have a 20-ounce tumbler. Came from Walmart. This is going to be a personal cup of mine. I've been waiting for this neon cup for a while, so I am super excited. And y'all, my eyes watering. It is so cold in Pickens, y'all. It was like 100 degrees last week, and now it's like 50-something. I don't know what is going on, but it is cold here. So we got a 20-ounce tumbler we're going to do. I have already prepped this cup. I have sanded it, worked it up, painted it white, okay? I have some tutorials out there. If you need help doing your prepping, please send me a personal message. I'll be glad to respond to you, okay? Doris, aren't they wonderful? She says she loves some Trevor and Freddie. Yes, ma'am, I do too. All right, listen, this is one of those wonderful Ozark tumblers that had the little plastic piece on the bottom. So I have finally found a way to get those plastic pieces off. If you heat it up with your heat gun and get it really, really warm, they pop off great. And they don't break and leave anything behind, okay? I usually go back after I'm done. If there's space for it, I'll attach it back with E6000. If it doesn't matter, it's like 1,000 degrees in Oklahoma. Bless your heart. I'm about to freeze today. And y'all, my house is cold, but I'm cold. Ain't got half my clothes on. But I'm going to epoxy that bottom back on, okay? All right. I just botched my first tumbler, and I'm so sad about it. Natoya, you send me a private message, and I'll talk to you when this is over, okay? I'll help you any way I can. So, y'all, we're going to get started on this cup. I won't waste a lot of your time. Now, what we're going to be doing is a peekaboo, kinda, okay? What I'm going to do is apply the glitters the way I want them, and I'm going to apply these 3 glitters in particular. I was hoping I'd have a yellow, but I don't. But I don't want to mix the glitters. I want this to be strictly a Childs and Childs cup. So I'm going to have these 3 glitters all over this cup. We're going to use the epoxy method, okay? After it's over, I'm going to be painting the cup white. Now, a lot of y'all are going to go, oh my God, you're going to cover Childs and Childs glitter. But no, I'm going to send a picture after the tutorial's over of kind of what I'm going for. Now, keep in mind, it's not going to be my picture. I found it on either Pinterest or Google, and I really, really like the idea, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'll paint the whole cup white after we glitter and it's dried. Then I'm going to go back when we come on the next tutorial. There's going to be a part 2, and I'll show you how we're going to clean the big spots off so that all their beautiful glitter shows. And then we're going to add some of this really, really, really pretty crystal, because I don't want any white paint. I'm going to be Mod Podging this on the white spots that I have left. So it's kind of a peekaboo, but there'll be no paint showing. It's going to be all glitter, okay? So instead of white paint, we're going to have this. Angel, Amber, y'all welcome, welcome. I'm always afraid to try new ones because of money. I've messed up a few designs and have thought about it and don't know how to move forward. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I've been doing cups a while, but I can't tell you the number of cups that I messed up or thought that I messed up, and then I came back and played with it a little bit more. Sometimes you got to walk away from these cups and say, I'm not fixing to throw it in a Ziploc bag with some acetone on it. I'm going to think about it for a minute, okay? So just sometimes you got to walk away, regroup, get your thoughts together. I don't know how this is going to work out. I've never done one, but I saw it and I thought about how to do it, and I think it's going to be beautiful. So we're going to have all 3 of these glitters on the base, white coat it with white spray paint, Rust-Oleum 2X. I'm going to come back after it dries. I'm going to Mod Podge this glitter on to take the place of the white. So I'm going to have some type of a design, okay? And then we'll let that Mod Podge dry, and then I will epoxy it. And I'll be putting pictures up as we go, okay? So we're going to do epoxy method, Mod Podge, get it on, get it on, get it on. Okay, y'all ready? Whoop, whoop. Let's get going, okay? Now, I haven't opened these, so I'll be putting these in a cup to use. We're going to be just kind of randomly dropping this glitter. There's going to be no rhyme or reason as to where I'm putting it, okay? We're going to do some sprinkles. If you've ever seen a cotton candy cup, it's going to be similar to that, okay? You're the last person, Miss Hannah, but we got this from Childs and Childs. They're great. Trevor and Freddie, they do tutorials on our page. I will be including a link at the top when we're done, okay? So you'll know exactly where to go to order, okay? All right, so we're going to get going. As far as for epoxy, I'm going to use the Fast Set. Y'all know I don't particularly want anybody to use a glitter. Sorry, I had to move that turner. I don't want anybody to use a glitter or an epoxy just because I do it. Y'all make your best decisions, okay, on what you want to use. I'm going to use Counterculture's Fast Set only because I want this cup to dry in about an hour, hour and a half, so I can come back on here and we can do the next step. Because I'm going to have another tutorial about 4 o'clock, okay? So this is Counterculture. It's Fast Set. It says it right here on the top. You can get it from Counterculture DIY, okay? It's part A and part B. We mix them together. This stuff sets super, super fast, okay? So if you use this and you're new, and my dogs are going crazy, please just keep in mind that you only have about 15 minutes of working time before this really starts to set up, okay? By the end of the tutorial, the cup that I have with epoxy in it, I'm going to show you how hard it is. So you can see this sets up super, super fast, okay? So keep that in mind. If you're not wanting to work with Fast Set, they make a medium viscosity that is very, very good. Art Resin has some. I have all these epoxies here, so I'm speaking only on the epoxies that I've used, okay? I've got Art Resin, KS Resin, a little extra that you'll sometimes see abbreviated as ALE. I've got Amazing Clear Cast, like you buy at Hobby Lobby or Michael's. What else do I have back here? I've got epoxy everywhere, guys. It's ridiculous. But I have so many different epoxies. It just depends on what I'm doing. But whenever I do these tutorials, I want y'all to make sure that I can get back on here. So the Fast Set works great for me. Just keep in mind you got to work fast, okay? So I'm going to get this thing rotating. We're going to mix up some epoxy. All you're going to need for this are your glitters and whatever epoxy you're going to use. And as we're going along, I'll give y'all some little tips and pointers on different little things as we're going. Or if you have questions, you come on here. I can't get along with Mod Podge. You know, I'm not crazy about the Mod Podge method, but for what I'm doing, I'm not going to be able to do epoxy and apply the glitter exactly where I want it only. So that's the only reason I'm going to be using the Mod Podge on the second layer, okay? Can you use Fast Set as a last coat? I think is what Lisa's asking. Fast Set does not have a UV protectant, so the vendor recommends not using Fast Set for a final coat. Let's say you wanted to use their medium viscosity for a final coat, or you want to use your KS resin or your ALE for a final coat. You can do that. I mean, a lot of times you'll see that people don't want you to mix different products. I have done it, and it does work. I just want you to know that, okay? Can I see the Fast Set again? I just jumped on. Remember now, they got many different types of epoxy, but this is what the Fast Set looks like. It's going to have it in the top corner. It's kind of not focusing in, but that's the Fast Set. Okay, so we're going to get to mixing this up. I hope everybody's doing great today, okay? Now remember, if you're new and you're still having a problem with sticky cups, you have got to use equal measurements of this epoxy. Any epoxy, okay? If you have, and for this size cup, you only need about 5 mils. You're going to see me mix a whole lot because I'm going to put some to the side and let you see how fast it sets. I like to mix more than I ever would need. Only reason being I'm doing this live and I don't want y'all to sit and have to watch me mix more. Okay? So what you're seeing me mix is a tremendous amount of epoxy. 5 to 7 mils or cc's of epoxy will cover this cup and do exactly what you need it to do for glitter. Okay? Julie, welcome, welcome. Jessica, Fast Set usually has a stronger odor. To me, it doesn't. I mean, I can sniff this, and even when you mix it together, it has a smell, but it's not very strong, okay? It's just really not that strong. To me, Honestly, out of all the epoxies that I have here and that I have tried, Amazing Clear Cast to me has the strongest odor. I still do it without a mask. And y'all know I have 1.5 lungs, so I still don't have a problem doing this stuff with the 1.5 lungs. It seems to work out great. So remember, I got a little bit on my cup. You want equal parts of this epoxy. If you put too much of part A or too much of part B and not enough of the other, in about 6, 8, 12 hours later, your cup is going to be super sticky. Okay, I just want you to keep that in mind. If you've got a sticky cup after 10, 12 hours, you probably were off in your measurements. The humidity or temperature is a little awkward in your house. The epoxy doesn't like it, but typically it's usually your measurements, okay? 5 of each, A and B, or 2.5. You could probably do this with about 2.5 of each, a total of 5. You may have to heat it a little bit. I honestly would probably do about 7 or 10. Just keep this in mind, okay? Especially if you're kind of new. I just want to give you some great advice, okay? Minimal epoxy, tons of glitter. If you put a lot of epoxy on your cup, let's say you put 20 cc's of epoxy on this cup, you can do that for a flood coat after you do your glitter if you want to, and it seals it really nicely, has all the bumps will be covered, you don't have to do as much sanding. That is totally up to you. But if you do 20 cc's of epoxy on this cup to apply your glitter, you're going to use a ton of glitter, okay? And what we want you to do is be able to save your money and save some of your glitter. So minimal epoxy, lots of glitter, okay? As we get going on this cup, I'm hoping their glitter is amazing, y'all. I have actually already made one little cup, but I wanted to test their glitter out on something before I went live. Just because when you have a new glitter, sometimes you know, you want to experiment a little bit. And honestly, I could have painted this cup all these colors, but since I'm going in all different directions with it, I just went ahead and did a white base coat. But you could do pink and green and orange and white and do your layers if you wanted to do single stages. But I'm going to make it kind of like a cotton candy cup, okay? And I'm going to kind of speckle it everywhere, because when I have it peek through and I do the white glitter on top, I just kind of want it all over the place, okay? I've kind of thought about it, and I was born in '69, so in the '80s I was in high school, and you know, neons were popular. If you didn't have neons and a big hairdo, you just weren't happening. And leg warmers were in that same phase, so I want mine to be kind of everywhere, okay? Good morning, Anita. I see Trevor and Freddie. Let me see if they're on yet. Hold on just a second. All right, they are going to be coming on in just a second with us, I hope, okay? But I just got a message from them. I just wanted to check that real quick. Y'all, these are amazing guys. I hope you have seen some of their tutorials. They're super fabulous. There's Mr. Freddie. Good morning, good morning. All right, Barbara, Mary, Lisa. All right, guys, so we are mixing some epoxy. Thing about epoxies, everybody does it a different way, okay? They do have epoxy stirrers that are automatic. You set them on this little thing and it spins it real slow and it mixes it for you. You can mix it yourself. You can use wooden sticks. You can use silicone sticks. It's your preference on what you're going to do. Some people say, well, does it make more bubbles with wooden sticks? I heard it makes more bubbles. You're going to make bubbles regardless, guys, okay? You're going to have bubbles. And this fast set, somehow the bubbles rise to the top. And you can kind of hit it with your heat torch or your heat gun, and it just kind of does it on its own. There he is. Hey, Freddie. Good morning. Thank you for letting me use these beautiful glitters. I've been showing them the packs that I got and what we're going to be using this morning, okay? So I stir mine pretty fast. I want to get it mixed up really well. Somebody made a comment the other day about me using these wax cups. I got these wax cups. I got a whole tube. It's about 3 foot long for $1 at the Jockey Lot. If you are using wax cups, you can do that. Just don't scrape the sides. You don't want to get any wax flakes in your epoxy. I'm usually not doing it, or I do it very gentle. Just make sure you're mixing it. You can use clear cups that are this size. You can use silicone. I've got some silicone cups up here, guys. You can buy these on Amazon. They're collapsible, and they clean very, very nicely. You just turn it inside out after it's dried, and it peels right out. And then I wash it with Dawn soap, and it's good to go, okay? Now remember, I mixed a whole lot of epoxy, but we're not going to use that much. 5 mLs. Some people might say 7. Some people I've seen do it with less. I want to make sure I have good coverage in every spot. No dry spots. No little fisheye dry spots, because I want this glitter to be everywhere, okay? I want this to look really beautiful. I'm also a 60s baby. All right, Debbie. Woo woo. All right. What's the best way to clean those silicone cups? I set them aside. I'll let them dry till they get super, super hard. Then I turn them inside out, and I peel everything off. And then if you've used a mica powder or something, you have to wash it with some Dawn soap to get some of the color residue out. But y'all, they're amazing. I just don't have enough of them. So I put enough epoxy on this cup. Always make sure you level on the bottom of your cups, okay? We want to put a bunch of, not a bunch, but you want to put epoxy on the bottom. I don't tape my cups. If you do, that is perfectly fine. Please don't think that you have to do rim to rim just because I do. Some of these cups that are done taped off are absolutely beautiful, okay? You do what works best for you, okay? Morning, Zach. Morning. Hey, Miss Joyce. All right, so all I'm doing is spreading this epoxy, and this stuff spreads super nice. Minimal odor. Really can't smell it to me. There's a couple spots that I see that are a little thin, guys, especially at the top and the bottom. You want to make sure your epoxy gets all the way to the top. Can you turn the camera a bit so we can see the whole cup? Are you not seeing left or right or top to bottom? Somebody give me a heads up on what I need to do. Okay, Miss Joyce is joining us from Ireland. Y'all, Lord have mercy. When I first started doing these, I thought it was just going to be people in South Carolina. I wasn't even thinking about the fact that people lived other places. But I am so tickled. I got a lady on here somewhere. I hope she comes on. She's in Australia, but it's probably about 10 in the morning, or 10 at night, or 11 at night there. So all I'm doing is making sure, all right, everybody say top to bottom. So y'all want to see a little bit more of the bottom. Let's see if we can get you in here. And then we'll tilt you a little bit. Doesn't look. Hey, Miss Jasmine. All right, guys. Is that a little better? I hope that's better. Somebody will send me something in a minute, I'm sure. So all I'm doing is making sure I'm good and covered. I want these fabulous, beautiful, beautiful glitters to stick everywhere. I don't want a gap. I don't want to miss a spot. Okay? That's it. I've still got a cup full of epoxy, guys. Okay? The bottom's covered nicely. Don't have to worry about that. Make sure you tap on these edges because you'll get some little bald spots. I always make sure I go all the way to the top. I'm going to add a little bit of heat, but I'm going to keep my glove on just in case I have a... Y'all, Zach Hughes, if you see him on there, he's called me a big head and said, love you. That's my son, so don't anybody get offended. He's a goofball, and we have an odd relationship, but we cut up with each other all the time. But that's my son. Hey, Miss Betty, can't see the top of the cup. All right, as soon as I get this blown off, we'll move it a little bit more, okay? All right. Sometimes if you can't see the top, rotate your phone, see if you get a better view that way, and if you don't, I will move it again. It does look like it's a little off, okay? So, oh, Lord, something fell. We're going to get rid of that real quick. Y'all, glitter falls from the sky. I don't know where it comes from sometimes. I got a couple little spots as I'm heating this up that are getting us a little bit thin or have completely moved away from the cup. The bubbles are great. I'm going to add just a little bit more in certain areas because, like I said, I want this to stick really well. I hope that you can see close enough that these bubbles are coming to the surface of the cup, okay? And all I'm doing is trying to run this epoxy just a little bit so it covers better. Because remember, I use very, very minimal epoxy, okay? Just kind of taking a peek. If y'all have bubbles and you're going to be using glitter, make sure your big bubbles are popped. But y'all, these little micro bubbles, it really won't matter, okay? Hey, Ladina, because you're going to cover it with glitter. If you get a big old bubble, though, please pop it because sometimes it can lift your epoxy and you'll have problems later on, okay? All right. Other thing I want to say, even though it's kind of backtracking, make sure y'all are prepping your cups. You don't have to. I try to tell people, you do what you do you and do how you want to do. But y'all, if you're not prepping your cups by sanding them before you paint them, you're kind of doing yourself a disservice, because all this stuff could be redundant in the end when it peels off. Okay, if it doesn't have something to adhere to, you're going to have a problem later on. I'm setting my epoxy to the side because by the end of the tutorial, you'll see how quickly this happens. That's going to already be setting, okay? I epoxied last night and I used a torch, and today I have fish eyes. Ugh, I don't know what I did wrong. Fish eyes can be fixed, Brittany. Send me a message and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Brandy, hey, Greenville. I am about 30 minutes from Greenville. Not far at all. I can be in Greenville in 30, Anderson, South Carolina in 30, Table Rock in about 15 minutes. Table Rock's in North Carolina. So y'all, I'm just going to put some glitter in these. I do have shakers already labeled, but y'all know I've got children. So I've got 2 today. The third one didn't come this morning. His daddy's off work. So I only have 2 children, but I didn't have time to transfer. But these beautiful glitters have their own shakers, and they're already labeled and ready to use, okay? Does not take much of this glitter. It's a beautiful glitter, very well packaged. Y'all, look at these nice packages. This glitter is amazing, okay? Super sealed, just beautiful. And but I poured some in here, and I'm not going to use all this, but I have to work kind of quickly because remember, this is fast set, okay? If you buy a colored cup, do you sand the color completely? I just scuff it up. So some people are buying these white cups. I'm going to start applying this glitter, and we're going to talk about that. Remember, I'm going kind of random with this because I'm going to cover it with white paint, take off areas of white paint, and Mod Podge the white and put the silver on. Sounds crazy, but it works. It's going to be beautiful. I can't wait. So what I'm doing is I kind of just want to do some different lines, and because I'm going to use 3 different colors, okay? So I'm kind of going up at a diagonal area, kind of doing some swirl to it. So when you turn this cup, make sure you have paper underneath to catch your excess glitter. Sometimes glitter can be a little pricey. I've heard some people say that, but let me tell y'all something about glitter. If you want a good product, something that's not going to run in your epoxy as far as color-wise, if you want to support somebody who's really trying to do well for themselves and have a business going, I support as many people as I can. So keep that in mind. And a lot of the personalized service is another thing, y'all. I mean, some people might not care about that, but I love the idea that you get a personal note from these guys and that they, you know, there's communication with everybody, okay? So try not to look at that. I see glitter is childs and childs. Yes, ma'am, it is, okay? I hope I said that right. I think you are, my dear. I think you are. I'm in High Point. Now, Jordan's from High Point, North Carolina, and I grew up kind of between Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and then we moved, and I was in Sanford, North Carolina. So I'm sure if you're in High Point, you know where Sanford is. You got to go through it to get anywhere, okay? This glitter is beautiful, guys, and I'm going to go back and add some more, but I want to get my colors on here, and then go back. And like I said, this is not very specific. I'm not adding it but in certain places because I got to save some white because I've got 3 different colors, okay? So all I'm doing is kind of running up on top of each other. It's not going to look perfect, guys, but keep this in mind. This is kind of a peekaboo tumbler. So all of these lines that I'm doing are not going to show as the lines they are. I don't know if that made sense. So let me repeat that. What you're seeing here is not going to show like that because I'm going to paint the cup white, and then we're going to go back and Mod Podge the silver where the white paint was. So this cup is going to be completely covered with no paint and all glitter. Does that make sense? It's going to be all glitter. But we're going to make a design with the white glitter how we want, because we're going to strip away the paint. I hope that's making sense. You'll have to just tune in with me and come back and see how this turns out, okay? I promise you it's going to be pretty. I've done one like this before. It's called a cotton candy tumbler, but I wanted a cotton candy tumbler with neon colors today, and these are not their true neons. I'm making them neon because I love these colors. They are absolutely beautiful. Y'all, they have some very, very vibrant neons. These are not really in their neon category. If you go to their webpage and you research their glitter and you want to take a look, and I'll be tagging that link in the top. Y'all, they have some neon glitters, and I just if Trevor and Freddie's on here, I just bought I ain't even gonna say the dollar amount, but I just placed an order with you guys. So I'm getting the neon bundle and some other things. I need some mermaid scale looking glitter. So I've just placed a big order with them myself. And we're just going back over in different places. And like I said, we're going to go back and add a little bit more of the pinks. I just want to make sure that my whole cup is covered with this glitter. Okay? Y'all, this glitter is beautiful. It is taking very, very little to cover this cup. It's a great glitter. I'm just saying. I'm just going to cover up some more spots, because remember, this whole cup is going to show through later. Where you already have glitter, it may not stick there. That's why I left some white spots in here. Okay, and I still have to do the bottom. Remember, you got to love on the bottom of your cups. If you're doing your cups and you're doing the bottoms, make sure you do them, because if your customer turns their cup up, they're going to see that. You've got a lot of glare, and that's coming from the top light. I'm going to cut that light off in a few minutes and let you see how beautiful this is. I think you can see it pretty good because everybody's complimenting how pretty these colors are. And remember, I have no rhyme or reason as to how I'm putting this glitter on. Right now, I'm just trying to process, making sure that I cover all the white spots. Pay special attention at your rim, because that's where you'll get a little bit of float with your epoxy. I'm sure people have heard that, where it'll run together. But minimal epoxy is the trick, guys, okay? If you're getting glitter that floats all over your cup, it's probably because you had too much epoxy on it, okay? That's going to be a beautiful dump. Oh, yes, ma'am. I did this on purpose. I'm kind of mixing some on the bottom because I got another idea. And when I get ready to do the next idea, I promise I'll do it on live so y'all can see everything I do with this Childs & Childs glitter. Like I said, this is a beautiful glitter. And I've got so many ideas running through my head. I've got an actual wood grain that I'm excited about. It's going to be a wood grain, but it's going to have one of their glitters at the top of it, or at the bottom of it, excuse me, and then wood grain at the top. So I'm really, really excited about that. See, it's super pretty, but I bet without the glare. Wow. Yes, ma'am. I'm going to move that light. I'm going to cut the light off in a minute and put maybe a spotlight on it so you can see. The purple and orange blended a little bit too much, and that was my fault. But y'all, if I have to, I can go back in when I do the second layer with the silver, which is going to be this one here. Look how beautiful that is. When I do that, I can add a little bit more of one color or another. Okay? Now listen, I have used very minimal glitter. This glitter has great coverage. It's kind of a chunky mix. I'm going to show you this in the cup. This is that pink. It's got some gold hues to it. It's beautiful. This was the green. Very little glitter that I use. So you're going to get a great product, but it's also going to give you great coverage. And this is the orange. It kind of has some gold, a little bit of like a purpley, not really purpley. It's just beautiful. I can't even explain how pretty it is, okay? But I've used minimal glitter for this cup. And normally, if you're using a lot of epoxy or a minimal amount of epoxy, you're going to use a lot more glitter than this. And it's already set up pretty well, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit and I'm going to sprinkle it on the bottom. I want to get sections. So I take my cup, or I'll take my paper, and I kind of tap it to the edge to where it hits the cup. But remember, I'm going to put all three colors. And it's catching down here. I'm catching my glitter. I'm actually mixing my colors below because I've got an idea for something down here. So I'm just putting some more color on this. You do not have to do this. If you're taping off your cup, then you're set to go, okay? Let me get a little bit in this one spot that I missed, and we'll be on to the next. All right, the bottom of my cup is covered, okay? We gave it a lot of love today. Sorry, I got knocked off. Where's the glitter from? Glitter is from Childs & Childs. I'm going to be adding their link to the top. All right, guys. One final thing that I want to do with this cup before I let you go. This is kind of it's not a super fine glitter, but it's not classified as a chunky glitter really either. It's kind of a medium blend. I've got a few pieces sticking up. Now, this is going to be set in a minute. This stuff is getting warm, so it's getting ready to go through its process. But I'm going to take a finger, and you can do it gloved or not. It's just your preference, okay? I'm just going to go around and lightly tap and knock this glitter down a little bit, okay? Reason being, when I get ready to put my second coat of epoxy on it, if you'll pat this glitter down just a little bit, or anybody's glitter, it's not just theirs, because you've got pieces that are sticking straight up. If you kind of pat it down and take your time and just kind of work with the cup before you go back and add your next layer, it's going to be less sanding for you, okay? Whether you wet sand or you dry sand, the differences in wet sand and dry sand, of course, is water. Wet sand people normally do because they want minimal scratches. If you dry sand, sometimes you get scratches. They will cover with epoxy, but it doesn't go as deep when you wet sand. And also it keeps down the powder residue from floating in the air. I very seldom wear a mask. Personal choice. You wear a mask if you need to, okay? But if you are doing a wet sand, you get minimal powder residue. Kind of like when you go to the nail salon, you see the nail powder just flying all over the place. It's kind of similar to that, okay? This is a 20-ounce Ozark tumbler, Miss Lisa. Got it from Walmart. This is going to be my cup. I've been wanting a neon cup, and I did a tutorial on one with some paints, and it was an epic fail because the paint never dried, okay? It stayed wet for 15, 16 hours. I'll let it spin and spin and spin. The epoxy was dry in places it didn't have the paint. So just keep that in mind, okay? I'm going to cut the light off for a second. Hopefully it won't get too dark. If I need to, I'll cut the little spotlight on I got behind, okay? Give me a second. We'll see what happens. It's either going to be too dark or you'll be able to see. Let's see. Can y'all see that? We'll see if we can do this too. Alright, that's a little better. I'm going to see what happens when I cut the spotlight on. I got to move some things because I threw a bunch of stuff up here last night, guys. I apologize. When I was doing some tumblers, I was trying to locate something and had a mess. Now, that may be too much of a glare, but we're going to see what happens. I don't want y'all to see all my freckles. Is that any better? Y'all, this is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Let me tell you one more thing. I'm going to cut these back off, okay? That's way better lighting. LOL, we can see the colors better. Well, I'm going to leave that on then, okay? And we won't go back to the ceiling. And it may be just a little bit too bright in spots, but y'all, I'm going to kind of do this a little bit and see if y'all can look how pretty. So pretty. Childs and Childs, y'all. Trevor and Freddie. Y'all need to go look them up, and I'm going to tag their link at the top in a few minutes. One more thing I want to say about glitter, and then I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to tell you what's going to happen here at the end, okay? Freddie, if you're still on, will you send me a message through here and let me see? I don't know if you got to hang out or not, because y'all, they run a business too, but if you are, just send me a message. One thing about glitter, guys, if you weigh too much with the spotlight, it was better before. Okay, we're going to cut it off and go back to the other, okay? Too much light, too much light. We're going to go back, guys. Hold on a second. Okay? We're going back. Don't want to lose you. Okay? Y'all, I don't have long. I'm going to be out of this kitchen. I'll never forget where we started, but we're going to be out of this kitchen. We're going to be either in a room for a while until I get the she shed ready. And I'm going to miss she shed. I'm so excited. But listen, glitter. If your glitter looks white or flat, and what I mean by flat, it looks like it's kind of just sat still. I'm looking at this cup as I'm talking to y'all. I don't see any flat, wet-looking spots. This glitter appears in person to be dry. That's what you want to see, okay? You want to see a dry glitter on your cup. If it looks wet or looks super flat and shiny, you need more glitter. So keep that in mind, okay? That'll keep you from having a problem, okay? All right, glitter is so hard to photograph. It is. I'm going to take a picture of this, though, when we get off here, and I'll put it on there so you can see kind of what it looks like right now, and then we'll go from there. Lastly, I haven't seen Freddie come on board, and I'm not real sure how they were going to do the, hold on just a second. I'm going to look at something. I am looking through here. There's Trevor. We're going to give a gift card to the first person who can comment all 4 glitters. There we go. And I did mention these glitters. I did mention the names of these glitters. So we're going to see if anybody can possibly name the glitters in this cup And that way you'll get a $20 gift card, okay? You might have to stop and back up and go see what they are, guys, but it's worth it. All right. Good, good, good. They are still here, okay? Hey, Miss LaDonna, good morning. So listen, guys, we've got this part of the cup done. When y'all come back, what I'm going to have is I'll have this epoxied. I'll have a layer of that epoxy on it. And then I'm also going to have it spray painted white with Rust-Oleum 2X. Somebody's going to say, don't freak out, because all the white is coming out. Or it's going to come off, okay? We're going to use the white as a base for our Mod Podge. And then we're going to apply this beautiful, beautiful glitter. So where you do see white paint when we come back, it's going to be Mod Podged. And I'm kind of showing you one of the colors. And they are in the description. When you start this video, I labeled them, okay? But this is going to go where the white paint is. So we're going to be Mod Podging this on, and I'm getting excited, okay? So y'all come back and join me. Let's see. Let's shoot for, it is 11:47 Eastern Standard Time. So 12, let's do 1 o'clock. At 1 o'clock, I'll be back on live, okay? Boy, y'all have got some guesses up there. They are going to sit here for a few minutes and kind of look at the messages. Once I stop this, you can still message. I'm not cutting anything off, okay? That way maybe we can get a winner on here, and Trevor and Freddie will let us know, okay? Just remember, I'll be back on at 1. That'll give me time to get everything going. I only have 2 kids, so there won't be any distractions today as far as me not being back at 1, okay? Let's get going. And y'all remember, these are not true neons. They have a fabulous neon pack. Y'all go and look at it. Hey, Miss Jennifer. Hey, baby. So y'all go back and look at the description. It's a hint. I put them in the description. All right? And Zach, you need to stop. My son said it'd be 3 o'clock. No, because I got something else to do at 4 o'clock. So it will be at 1 o'clock, guys. Love y'all. Y'all just play and have a good time today, and keep a positive attitude. We need that more in life, okay? See y'all later. Bye.